The Golden State Warriors in the first 15 games of the season is 6-9 and 0-8 on the road. I saw this coming. As soon as that Draymond Green incident happened, I knew it was going to fracture the locker room. I knew it was going to be an issue. Draymond Green has been pretty much an issue for a long time with the Golden State Warriors. But I think what he brought to the table as far as a toughness for that Golden State team and being a unselfish player that's like a utility knife, that can do several things, and somebody that complemented Steph and Clay really good with them playing off the ball and shooting. I think they kind of overlooked all of it, the issues that they were having with him. But this goes all the way back to them losing Kevin Durant. Even Kevin Durant, when he went on Draymond Green's podcast, kind of alluded to you. And I'm going to play a clip from that, and then I'm going to connect it to what's going on right now. But before I play that clip, man, make sure you hit the thumbs up. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell and stick with us. But I'm going to go ahead and play what Draymond Green and Kevin Durant had to say about why Kevin Durant left the Warriors.
For my own personal sanity, because I've been getting my ass kicked ever since you left. So just for my own personal sanity, how much did our argument against the Clippers drive you to ultimately lead the Warriors?
It wasn't an argument. It was the way that everybody, Steve Kerr, act like it didn't happen. Bob Myers and tried to just discipline you and think that that would put the mask over everything. I really felt like that was such a big situation for us as a group. The first time we went through something like that, we had to get that shit all out. I remember watching The Last Dance, and when Scotty didn't go into the game, the whole team in the locker room said, Scotty, that was fucked up that you did that. We needed that. We just needed to throw all of that shit out on the table and say, yo, Dre, K, like, that was fucked up that we even had to go through that. Let's just wipe our hands with that and go finish the task. I don't think we did that. We tried to dance around it. I just didn't like how all of that, just the vibe between all of that, it just made shit weird to me. And I'd rather us be who we say we are, family first. Communication is key. Like, we didn't show that, and that's what rubbed me the wrong way more than anything.
Right. So it was two things that really stuck out. What he said. First, from the question, Draymond Green asks, how much of our argument during the Clippers game play into you leaving, because he's been getting beat up about it ever since he left. Who was beating Draymond Green up about Kevin Durant leaving? Probably ownership, probably Bob Myers, the GM, and probably the players in the locker room as well. Was like, man, this is your fault, man. Like, you ran him off. Like, the whole season was about, man, we hope Kevin Durant stay. We hope we can re-sign him. We hope we can re-sign him. And Draymond Green ran him off with that bullshit and the shenanigans that he pulled on that game. And I always told people, I think the reason why Draymond Green was so on edge. I mean, they coming off of 2 championships. They got a team that nobody can beat. They got the best player in the league, arguably the second or third best player on the league as well, and Steph. So, like, nobody could match them. They knew they had everything in the books. All they had to do was bring KD back, and they can keep this thing rolling. They can retool. But in order to bring KD back, that was going to mean less money for Klay Thompson and less money for Draymond Green, if not no money for Draymond Green, and he probably would have ended up getting traded. They wasn't going to be able to give Kevin Durant what he's worth, and also get Steph what he's worth, and then Draymond and Klay both still get those contracts that they got close to the max as well, for their level, right? So Draymond Green knew that coming in. They had to re-sign Klay, Draymond, and Kevin Durant, right? And Draymond's contract couldn't get addressed until Kevin Durant made a decision. And Kevin Durant, instead of making a decision before the season or before the deadline was for him to sign an extension, he decided that I'm going to, wait till the end of the year and test free agency. And they didn't want that because, if you see the situation right now, Jordan Poole and Wiggins both just extended right before the season started. That's what they expected Kevin Durant to do that year. And now imagine if Jordan Poole and Wiggins would say, I'm gonna wait to the end of the season, right? that would have put him in a high strong situation. But anyway, I say all that to say this: Draymond Green at that moment was already high strong because he knew, man, I can't get my first big contract until we find out what Kevin Durant's going to do, and he knew Kevin Durant was holding his money up, so that was already on his mind. Now, fast forward to this situation. Well, before we get there, the second thing that Kevin Durant said was, well, yeah, I mean, it wasn't so much that we had an argument. It was the fact that everyone act like it didn't happen. Like, imagine someone trying to pretty much little boy somebody or belittle somebody on the court, national TV, kind of the same way Anthony Davis did Dwight Howard last year on the sideline, where he pushed him down, you know what I mean? And then everyone in the locker room act like it didn't happen. Nobody addressed it. Nobody approached Draymond Green, was like, what the F are you doing? No one said nothing. Like that. That's how things supposed to get handled. You go back in the locker room, somebody's supposed to talk about that thing. The way Kevin Durant is saying it is like everyone was just afraid to say anything to Draymond Green and just act like it didn't happen, right? Bob Myers, even though they suspended Draymond for a game or two and fined him, it was like nothing happened. They didn't address it. Like, hey, look, we got to address this, man. First of all, you ain't gonna talk to that dude. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I can hold my own as a person and say, look, man, nah, that ain't gonna happen. That ain't going down. You know, I let that jump slide on national TV right here, but we gonna talk about this in the locker room. We could have done that one-on-one, but for everyone around him to act like it wasn't happening, that ostracized Kevin Durant. And that was like the second or third time that he felt like an outsider, right? The first time was when Bob Myers made the comment about after they won the first championship and they had the championship parade. Bob Myers made a comment telling Kevin Durant that he wasn't really part of the original group and Steph was. Even though he said it in jest and he said it jokingly, that still made Kevin Durant feel like an outsider. He was able to overlook that, and then the Draymond Green situation happened, and everyone seemed like, look, man, I ain't gonna say nothing to Draymond Green, and everybody else was like, hey, man, Draymond Green is part of the original, and we, you know, Kevin Durant, y'all just gonna have to figure it out, and that wasn't a cool thing. So now we can fast forward to now. Jordan Poole, same situation. He's not part of the original crew. He's not part of the Draymond, Steph, and Clay, or in Iggy as well, right? He's not part of that core, right? But he wants to feel like he's part of the team, just like Kevin Durant did. And when Draymond Green punched him in the face, and that went national, just like the blow up on the sideline when KD was on national TV, the tape got leaked, and that went national. So that puts it at a new level, right? And it appears that the locker room did the same thing that they did with Kevin Durant. We not go come at Draymond Green and tell him he's stupid, you effing things up, blah, blah, blah. You know, we're not going to do that. We just go sit back and, hey, hopefully we'll sweep it under the rug and people forget about it. Steve Kerr, they come out, they say the most softest thing they can, which I'm good with, because they were saying they're going to handle everything in-house. But after watching the Kevin Durant situation go down, I don't feel comfortable that they can handle things in-house to where it was going to be satisfactory to Draymond Green, or not Draymond Green, but Jordan Poole, and he was going to feel like this was resolved, right? So here it is again. We're going to sweep it under the rug. We're the defending champions. The season is about to start. I definitely don't want to suspend him and us get off to a slow start. I definitely don't want him to miss ring night on opening night. So what does the Warriors do? They allow Draymond Green to come on TV and say, I'm taking myself away from the team. They didn't suspend me. I'm going to take myself away from the team. Only thing he missed was a couple of practices. And then he got fined. And he came back and was like ain't nothing happened, played opening night and everything. So what that tells Jordan Poole is, we don't value you that much. Yeah, we go give you a good contract max extension because you can hoop. But we're so afraid of Draymond Green that instead of really, really doing something about this and making you feel like we care about you moving forward, in which they probably do, but they're afraid to really show it because it's, you know, they're choosing to not make Draymond Green feel the type of way. You get what I'm saying? So they're not really addressing it again, just like they didn't really address the Kevin Durant situation. And they're going to mess this up. And so far, This chemistry is broken. If you look at their faces on the sideline, well, I mean, they are lost. They're gone. Jordan Poole, he's here and there. He was 0 for 5 last game. You get what I'm saying? What really needs to happen is they need to really commit to the future, and Draymond Green's got to go because you can't keep him anyway. You already extended Andrew Wiggins and Jordan Poole, so the writing is on the wall. Draymond Green has a player option next year, right? He can opt out and test free agency if he won't, but I doubt he'll do that. So he's going to test. He's probably going to opt into his contract next year and be there next year, and they're going to have this same issue. But they're not going to re-sign him and give him what he think he's worth. So what the Warriors need to go ahead and do is make a decision now, trade Draymond Green while he got some type of value. Some team will want him right now. But you got to trade Draymond Green, and you got to trade him because he just jacked your locker room up with players, not just Jordan Poole. Because what you did when you chose Draymond Green's feelings over Jordan Poole's feelings is you told every other newcomer, like Andrew Wiggins, like Kevon Looney, you told all the newcomers, Moody. You told all those newcomers that Draymond is even though Wiseman as well, even though Draymond talent wise is below y'all, he's declining, and y'all are rising. We still go value him because he's part of the original core. It's always been a feeling of a original core that they've said it multiple times, even when KD was there. The original core, that original three, Steph, Draymond, and Clay. They're up here and everyone else is down here. They got an original core and then everybody else is down here. Not even if you better than them, because Poole is better than Clay right now. Otto Porter Jr. was better than Draymond last year. They let him go. Gary Payton Jr. was very valuable and they owed him a bag, but instead of giving him a bag, they let him go. The answer was to let Draymond go. That's what you do. That's what the Patriots was good at with Bill Belichick so many years. They have a player and they realize when it's time to get off of them. His philosophy was that I let a player go 2 years before he's past his prime. He don't wait till they pass their prime and then and still keep paying them like they're in their prime. He said he cut ties with them before they get past their prime, 2 years before. Draymond Green got 2 more years of his prime left to be productive, and they need to let him go now. That's the only way you can fix it. The locker room is broken. Everyone has gotten the message. Draymond Green is on a higher plateau than all of us, no matter how good we play. Draymond Green is always we're never going to be the original core. It's like it's like being a second wife that didn't give her husband kids. The first wife that gave him 5 kids, you can't understand why he's always going over there for Christmas to see his kids and spend time with their family. And you married, y'all ain't got no kids. You never get it. Draymond Green was part of the original core that gave them 3 rings, right? Gave them 3 rings. No newcomer. That 1 ring that they got last year, none of the newcomers is Andrew Wiggins, Peyton, Otto Porter, Wiseman, Poole. There's nothing you can do that's going to make that owner and that GM feel like you're as important as Draymond Green. That's how they're saying it. Whether they know they're doing it or not, that's the message they're sending. Original core. They gave us 3 rings. They put us in a billionaire status. Right, team is worth $1 billion or more. It wasn't that before. You get what I'm saying? So they probably feel some loyalties to him. But right now, it's hurting their locker room. So either they get rid of Draymond now, or they continue to suffer. But they won't repeat. My idea is for them to go ahead and get rid of Draymond. That'll save some cap space. You don't want to pay somebody that. I mean, the only reason why Draymond is still in the starting lineup is because of loyalty, right? If you want to be real about it, Otto Porter, they should have kept Otto Porter Jr. They should have kept him. There's no reason for Draymond to be in that start lineup. He's literally exactly what Udonis Haslem is with the Heat. Emotional support. Give him the vet minimum. But this dude is on a max contract, right? So that's my take on it, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think. What they should do, man. How do they fix the locker room with Golden State? Is Draymond and that elephant in the room the problem, or did they just get rid of too many key players like Gary Payton Jr., Otto Porter Jr.? Let me know what y'all think in the comments.